Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal episode number 435 based on novel. So let's start. Ethereal fire was not one of the 5 elements of the world. At the peak of corporeal fire, there was a chance to break the void and transform it into the ethereal fire that could extinguish everything. All emotions were fuel for ethereal fire, so one's emotions couldn't fluctuate when battling someone with ethereal fire. As a third-step cultivator, not only was Master Semo's cultivation powerful, he had full control of his emotions. If he didn't want to be angry, he would not be angry. If he didn't want emotions to appear, he could make all his emotions like still water. However, there was a trace of shock within Master Semo. There was a hint of emotional fluctuation. This was originally impossible, but it had happened. Master Semo didn't have time to ponder why it had happened. The moment he felt shock, ethereal fire erupted from his body and burned around him in the blink of an eye. This monstrous ethereal fire caused his expression to change. His change in expression caused his emotions to fluctuate once more. This caused the ethereal fire to burn even more violently. The old vermilion bird looked at this and revealed an almost undetectable sneer. Those few slaps weren't just to teach you a lesson, but to also plant the ethereal fire seed inside your body. Otherwise, it would be too difficult for him to battle a third-step cultivator. Little fellow, whether you can capitalize on this opportunity will depend on you. Wang Lin had been thought countless life and death situations, so he simply wouldn't miss any opportunity. Seeing the ethereal fire rage, there was a flash of coldness in his eyes. Suppressing his injuries from earlier, Wang Lin's hands formed a seal and he pointed forward. Wang Lin's expression was ferocious and he pointed the 9-colored fire in his left eye. It turned into ethereal fire and shot at Master Semo. There is not enough ethereal fire. Heavenly ethereal fire, gather for me. Wang Lin stepped forward and waved his sleeves. A gust of wind swept toward the cultivators watching this battle. This wind contained a high temperature. When it swept by, more ethereal fire was born due to their fluctuating emotions. This ethereal fire didn't burn them, but it immediately formed an ethereal fire dragon inside each of their bodies. In a flash, these fire dragons rushed out from the bodies of the cultivators. A total of 36,794 ethereal fire dragons appeared in the world. From afar, this scene looked extremely shocking. At this moment, it was as if Wang Lin wasn't battling Master Semo by himself, he had gathered the emotions of everyone here to battle Master Semo. In the cultivation world, no one could do this with the power of fire beside Wang Lin. Not the 4th generation vermilion bird or even the 2nd generation vermilion bird. Although their ethereal fire was strong, there was a limit. They could only release but not absorb. However, Wang Lin's ethereal fire contained the magnetic force from the heaven-defying bead. After absorbing the ethereal fire, the world rumbled. Wang Lin waved his sleeves and the countless ethereal fire dragons charged at Master Semo. With the 9 ethereal fire dragons leading the way, countless more followed them. They formed a heaven-shaking ethereal firestorm. All of this happened in a flash. The moment the ethereal fire ignited in Master Semo, the ethereal firestorm charged into Master Semo's body. Master Semo's face immediately turned pale and he quickly retreated. There was terror in his eyes, but he quickly suppressed his emotions. A bit more. Wang Lin's eyes became cold. He rushed forward and he shouted, "Master Semo, do you still remember the heaven-breaking sect?" The retreating Master Semo's body trembled. There was struggle in his eyes, but he suppressed his emotions. "Master Semo, do you still remember your 2nd brother, 3rd brother, and the 16 brothers you kicked out of the cave?" Master Semo's face turned deathly pale and his body swayed. "Master Semo, do you recognize this?" Wang Lin opened his storage space and took out a jade. This jade was Semo's identity jade from the heaven-breaking sect. The struggle in Master Semo's eyes became even stronger, as if it was about to collapse. "Master Semo, do you recognize this?" Wang Lin waved his hand and something appeared in his grasp. It was a palm-sized beast bone. This beast bone was the reason why Sima Mo had been kicked out of the heaven-breaking sect. Master Simo's face was pale and his eyes were bloodshot. His face revealed a ferocious expression as he roared at Wang Lin, "Shut up! Should I call you Master Simo or Sima Mo?" Wang Lin's last words was like a bolt of thunder, and the ethereal fire surged through Master Simo's body. The fire burned brightly and popping sounds came from inside Master Simo's body. A sense of madness appeared in Master Simo's eyes. He stopped retreating and allowed the ethereal fire to burn him. Seven-colored light began to shine from his body, but the color purple almost completely suppressed the other 6 colors. "This old man isn't Sima Mo, my Daoist name is Master Simo." Master Simo was being burned by the ethereal fire inside his body, and he coughed out blood. The moment the blood appeared, it was burned to ashes. He stared at Wang Lin with a vicious expression and killing intent appeared inside his eyes. His right hand reached at the void and he let out a roar. The world darkened and a giant spatial rift appeared due to Master Simo. This rift was extremely large, and all the surrounding cultivators clearly saw that there seemed to be another world inside there. There were countless cultivation planets inside the rift, and there were countless people kneeling there. Large amounts of Joss flame came out as they worshipped. "Open this old man's Joss flame realm. Disciple souls, appear." Master Simo waved his sleeve and the countless beings on the planets began to chant. The sound fused together into sometime like a spell and suddenly charged out of the rift. The moment this voice rushed out, the illusions of souls appeared around Master Simo. The souls appeared in mass and filled the world in the blink of an eye. At a glance, these souls were boundless, and the amount was shocking. It was impossible to count them all quickly. There were still countless more that hadn't appeared. The eyes of these souls were all filled with fervor and released Joss flames. The Joss flame spell. The Joss flame spell that is unique to third step cultivators. All life will be destroyed by Joss flame spells. The surrounding cultivators went into an uproar as they retreated. None of them dared to remain close. The old vermilion bird's eyes lit up as he stared at Master Simo. He didn't reveal any of his thoughts. "My disciples, worship me." Master Simo let out a roar, and the countless souls all bowed at Master Simo. With their bows, the world rumbled and a Joss flame wind appeared. This wind was purple and swept toward Master Simo. The ethereal fire around him dimmed and began to extinguish. In a flash, the ethereal fire around Master Simo all extinguished, none of it remained. However, the souls became blurry, as if their bows had consumed too much of their strength. This scene was so shocking that Wang Lin's expression suddenly changed. This is the third step. A third step cultivator like Daoist water. Even ethereal fire can be extinguished by Joss flames. Can I really not win? Wang Lin's eyes were filled with reluctance. His gaze was like lightning and he roared in his heart. So what if he is at the third step? Just at this moment, Master Simo suddenly turned around. His eyes were cold as he stared at Wang Lin and roared. "This old man's endless disciples create Joss flames for me. Without reaching the third step, you can't bear the power of the Joss flames. Since you're looking for death, then I'll let you die. Joss flame disciples, worship him once. This old man wants to see how you can withstand the worship of my endless disciples." Master Simo pointed at Wang Lin. With a point of his finger, the endless souls inside Master Simo's Joss flame realm turned to face Wang Lin. The amount of disciples couldn't be calculated. Even Wang Lin felt shock when faced with the endless Joss flame disciples. Joss worship. Master Simo's words echoed and the endless Joss flame souls all bowed at Wang Lin. The power of one bow formed a purple wind that swept toward Wang Lin. Wang Lin felt an unknown force come from all directions, and as it squeezed his body, he felt intense pain. A tearing force came from his body, wanting to tear him apart. Wang Lin's expression changed. He had nowhere to escape to, because the power came from the world itself. "I want to see how you will withstand the worship of my Joss flame disciples. To dare to challenge me before reaching the third step, arrogant." Master Simo's eyes were completely purple and emitted flashes of purple light. However, although he was shrouded in purple light, there was a faint fire the size of a fingernail between his eyebrows. Wang Lin suddenly saw a small person sitting inside the fire. This small person looked exactly the same as Master Simo, and 2 streams of tears were flowing out of its eyes. "Save me!" The moment the purple wind arrived, Wang Lin seemed to hear a faint voice coming from the fire between Master Simo's eyebrows. "Master Simo has so many Joss Flame disciples." The expression of the old vermilion bird changed and he was about to charge forward to help. However, just as he took a step, Wang Lin's voice echoed across the world. "Ancestor, Junior can do this." Master Simo's expression was gloomy. Although his words contained killing intent, he wouldn't dare to actually kill Wang Lin before the old vermilion bird. If he did such a thing, he would face death. If he didn't kill Wang Lin, the old vermilion bird couldn't made it too hard on him. After all, he had the Sovereign Council and the Sovereign standing behind him. He had used Joss Flame worship with the intent to seriously injure Wang Lin and force Wang Lin to retreat. Therefore, no one could say anything and he could leave safely. The power of the countless souls' worship turned into a purple wind that charged at Wang Lin from all directions. At a glance, it looked like the entire world had been dyed purple. This Joss Flame spell was heaven-shaking and was powerful enough to destroy a 5th Heaven's Blight cultivator. However, Wang Lin's thunder essence was complete and his fire essence had reached ethereal fire. He had also battled against Daoist water, so although he was facing this crisis, he felt no fear. Instead, battle intent filled his eyes. To be more precise, this was the first time Wang Lin had battled a 3rd step cultivator. When he faced Daoist water, he could only defend and not attack. However, his cultivation level had increased rapidly during his time in the ancient star system. Before, he could only defend himself, but now he could put up a fight. Seeing the purple wind close in, thunder flashed from Wang Lin's right eye. He took a step forward and waved his right hand. Ancient Thunder Realm, open. The world rumbled. Another huge rift appeared in the sky covered by the purple wind. This rift was 10,000 feet wide and seemed to have ripped the purple apart to appear before Wang Lin. Thunderous rumbles echoed inside the rift, and it gave off an ancient aura. Roars of ancient thunder dragons echoed inside. As the thunder flashed from within the rift, an ancient thunder dragon's giant body appeared. Endless thunder come out of the rift and raged within the purple wind. All of this happened in a flash. The moment the ancient thunder realm was opened by Wang Lin, the thunder tattoo in his right eye flew out toward the rift. At the same time, a shocking roar from the rift suppressed all the sound of thunder. The head of a giant ancient thunder dragon poked out and it charged at the thunder tattoo. In a flash, the ancient thunder dragon fused with one of the accompanying thunders around the thunder tattoo, causing that accompanying thunder's power to increase greatly. This didn't end. In an instant, more thunder dragons appeared and quickly fused with the accompanying thunders before the purple wind arrived. The ancient thunder realm will be the source of my thunder essence and the 9 ancient thunder dragons will empower my accompanying thunders. I summon the peak of heavenly thunder. Wang Lin's voice echoed across the world. His long hair fluttered and he pointed forward. Wang Lin's most powerful spell beside his fire essence was his thunder essence. After devouring the Scatter Thunder clan's eternal thunderbolt and soul-searching the head elder, Wang Lin's thunder spells had reached a peak. If this wasn't so, how could he have caused the Void Gate to appear with just this thunder essence and then pushed it open a sliver? As he pointed, the 9 accompanying thunders rotated rapidly around the thunder essence and began a battle against the incoming purple wind. From afar, one could see that the 10,000-foot rift was shaped like a bolt of thunder. The countless thunderbolts moving in and out of it made it look even more like a bolt of thunder. The 9 accompanying thunders formed a heaven-shaking thunderstorm. The purple wind turned into a purple storm that swept across the world. As the countless Joss Flame disciples bowed, it closed in. Wang Lin's thunderstorm had 9 ancient thunder dragons rotating within it, creating a powerful force. It had also gained a powerful thunder force from the ancient thunder realm. Rumble, 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 rumble. The collision of the 2 storms caused the great Emperor planet to tremble. A destructive aura spread like a giant hand wiping across the earth. The giant tortoise let out a mournful cry and suddenly collapsed. The collapse of the giant tortoise caused the arena to disintegrate. This caused the surrounding cultivators to cough out blood and threw them far away. The thunderstorm suddenly exploded and shattered into countless bolts of thunder. The 9 accompanying thunders were knocked back, and even the rift to the ancient thunder realm began to distort as if it was going to dissipate. The purple storm also trembled. A majority of it collapsed before Wang Lin's thunder essence. The surrounding Joss flame souls were affected and began to collapse on a wide scale. It was like an invisible hand moving across the sky, wiping out all of the Joss flame souls. Master Simo's clothes fluttered and his eyes lit up. Under the impact of the shockwave, he waved his hand and roared, "This old man's Joss flame souls are endless. Even if you destroy these, I have more. Joss flame realm disciples, appear once more." After he roared, even more souls were about to rush out from the giant rift that led to Master Simo's Joss flame realm. Blood flowed out from the corner of Wang Lin's mouth. His face was pale and he retreated several steps. However, as he retreated, he raised his head and revealed monstrous battle intent. He forced himself to stop retreating and charged forward like a meteor. He waved his right hand and a withered, yellow leaf appeared in his hand. The moment the leaf appeared, Wang Lin's ancient god stars appeared between his eyebrows. He opened his mouth and spat out blood. This was ancient god blood. Blood fell on the withered, yellow leaf, causing it to release a red light. Wang Lin waved his hand and the red leaf shot at Master Simo. It was extremely fast and closed in an instant. It was like a violent wind and instantly grew to 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 feet large. Ancient leaf. One of the treasures Greed had obtained in the mysterious place. Even with Greed's cultivation level, when he used it, he could seal Wang Lin's path. Wang Lin couldn't break it and had to avoid it. Right now Wang Lin was using it as an ancient god after nurturing it with his ancient god blood. He was also using the proper method to control it, so its power was much more powerful than when Greed used it. One leaf to cover the sky? The ancient leaf instantly flew by Master Simo and appeared beside his Joss flame realm. It covered up the rift. Seal for me. Seal. Seal. Wang Lin's roar echoed and the ancient leaf flashed like a sealing rune. The moment it stuck to Master Simo's Joss flame realm, it released a powerful sealing force. Under the sealing power of the ancient leaf, the Joss flame realm trembled, and not a single soul was able to rush out. This sudden change shocked Master Simo and fear appeared in his eyes. He had never heard of a treasure that could seal the Joss flame realm of a third-step cultivator. What kind of treasure is this? Not only Master Simo was shocked, but even the pupils of the old vermilion bird shrank. His eyes were filled with disbelief. That little fellow had a treasure like this. Grandmaster Yun Luo's face became even more pale and the fear in her eyes couldn't be hidden anymore. Her mind trembled and she retreated a few steps. She clearly remembered an image where the figure waved his hand and 99 of these leaves appeared to seal the ancient star system. They completely sealed an extremely powerful heavenly Dao spell launched by many ancient star system cultivators. Wang Lin's eyes were bloodshot. After using the ancient leaf to seal Master Simo's Joss flame realm, he didn't retreat but instead charged at Master Simo. Wang Lin arrived within 1,000 feet of Master Simo and roared, "Ancient devil soul, come out!" Black fog began to appear and immediately spread out. It turned into a small person the same size as Wang Lin. It was the ancient devil soul. The moment this little person appeared, he let out a sharp roar at the sky. Devilish energy surrounded him and an ethereal lance suddenly appeared. Then the little person walked around the lance and shot at Master Simo. There was a flash of coldness in Master Simo's eyes, but as his killing intent rose, the ethereal fire inside him burned once more. He ignored the ethereal fire and took a step forward. Then he waved his right hand and purple light shined brightly. This old man has achieved great merits for the sovereign and was gifted the purple Dao from the seven-colored Dao. It is the source of madness, and as long as your treasure has a spirit, it will go crazy under the effects of my purple Dao. Master Simo's right hand seemed to grab all the purple in the world and then he waved his hand. Thunderous rumbles echoed and the purple fog closed in on Wang Lin's ancient devil soul. The ancient devil soul revealed excitement and screamed in excitement. Before the purple fog even got close, it rushed up. It opened his mouth and inhaled. The excitement in its eyes became even stronger. The ancient devil is the most powerful devil in the world, so how could it be afraid of madness? The more madness there was, the stronger the devilish nature. After devouring some of the purple mist, its eyes turned red. It then pierced through the purple fog and shot at Master Simo. The fog lance surrounded by the ancient devil soul was too fast and instantly closed in on Master Simo, causing his pupils to shrink. He had already expected Wang Lin to be strong, but he didn't think Wang Lin would be this powerful. This child hasn't reached the third step yet, but he can already fight against me. If he breaks the void gate, I won't be his match at all. He is also aware of my past, so he is obviously from the inner realm. This person must die. Unfortunately, I can't kill him when we're at the Great Emperor planet. Master Simo didn't retreat and instead there was a flash of coldness in his eyes. However, the moment he revealed it, his expression changed. He then coughed out blood and retreated. Damn it, Lord Sovereign was right, all ethereal fire cultivators should die. Damn it. This ethereal fire can't be dodged, and as long as there's a hint of emotion, it will continue to burn. Drawing out this fight is bad for me. Master Simo waved his right hand and a white, silk scroll appeared in his grasp. There was a plum flower-like blood stain on it, and this blood stain was extremely shocking. Master Simo threw the scroll and it began to flutter. The plum flower blood stain turned into a red mist before Master Simo. A sigh came out from inside the mist. Wang Lin clearly saw a beautiful figure walk out of the fog. It was impossible to clearly see the face of this figure, as it was wearing a white veil. It raised its jade-like hand and pressed down at the ancient devil soul. The power of time rushed out from the woman's hand. This caused the area before her to distort, and it shrouded the ancient devil soul. All of this happened in an instant. Wang Lin stepped forward. Then he waved his right hand and his ancient god stars started rotating rapidly. A ghostly light rapidly flashed from his first star. In a flash, a giant furnace appeared before Wang Lin. This furnace was incredibly large and an ancient aura spread out from it. What was even more shocking was that the moment the furnace appeared, it surrounded Master Simo and the woman from the red mist. Royal Ancient God Treasure, Emperor Furnace. Master Simo's expression changed and he looked up. He took a step and was about to take the woman from the red mist to leave the Emperor Furnace. But just at this moment, Wang Lin's eyes shined red and he pointed at Master Simo. He roared, "Stop! Stop! Stop!" 3 stops were like 3 bolts of thunder, and Wang Lin coughed out 3 mouthfuls of blood. He looked dispirited, but the madness in his eyes became even more intense. By going beyond his limit, he was able to stop Master Simo's body for a moment. This pause gave Wang Lin a great opportunity. Royal Ancient God Treasure, activate. Wang Lin ignored his injuries and his hand formed a seal. The Emperor Furnace began to rotate and an ancient aura spread out. Today, I'll refine you, a third step cultivator. Wang Lin took a step and sat down on top of the furnace. He placed his hand on the top of the furnace and fire rushed out from his left eye. The 9-colored fire quickly surrounded the furnace. The thunder tattoo appeared in his right eye and endless thunderbolts entered the furnace. The fire helped the thunder and the thunder strengthened the fire as this crazy refining began. The surrounding cultivators had been knocked away, but they were unwilling to give up on observing this once-in-a-lifetime battle. This scene caused their expressions to change greatly. Refining a third-step cultivator. I have never heard of anyone being able to refine a third-step cultivator. This third young emperor has such a powerful cultivation. Incredible. Unbelievable. This third young emperor is crazy. Does he think he is refining a pill? An uproar filled with unprecedented shock began. Forget them, even the old vermilion bird's eyes widened. He didn't intend for Wang Lin to win against Master Simo. As long as they reached a tie with him helping out in secret, it would have been enough for Wang Lin to show off his might. To be able to fight a third-step cultivator to a draw a second-step cultivator would be enough to shock the entire ancient star system. Even though it would be with him helping in secret, and he was deterring Master Simo from using any killing moves, a fact was a fact. However, Wang Lin was going to refine Master Simo. This scene caused the old vermilion bird to gasp. Good. He is indeed worthy of being my clan's junior. It doesn't matter if he succeeds or not, just having the courage to do this means he is an illustrious individual. The old vermilion bird's eyes were filled with relief. Aside from the Joss Flame realm being sealed by the ancient leaf, the only thing that remained was the Emperor Furnace. Wang Lin was sitting on top and continued to fuel the furnace with his fire and thunder essences as he began to refine. The Emperor Furnace was a royal ancient god treasure, so its power was heaven-shattering. Now that it was being controlled by Wang Lin, who was a royal ancient god, its power increased greatly. The ancient god stars between Wang Lin's eyebrows rotated rapidly and large amounts of ancient god power entered the Emperor Furnace. Master Simo was inside the Emperor Furnace. He looked at his surroundings which were filled with chaos. His expression was extremely ugly. He had frozen for a moment and then was trapped inside his furnace due to Wang Lin's scheme. A mere furnace dares to trap me. Master Simo formed a seal and waved his hand. Purple light surrounded his body, forming two giant purple arms that slammed into the wall of the furnace. The two giant purple arms immediately hit the furnace, resulting in a thunderous rumble, and the entire furnace trembled. Wang Lin's body shook with the furnace and his eyes became cold. He spat blood onto the furnace and closed his eyes. He then activated the ancient god power inside his body like crazy and continued to refine. What kind of treasure is this? Master Simo continued to use spells inside the Emperor Furnace, but the toughness of this furnace made him extremely gloomy. As he continued to bombard from inside, an even hotter temperature began to condense inside the furnace. Along with the heat, mournful cries slowly came from all directions. Master Simo's eyes lit up and he suddenly looked over. What he saw made his expression change greatly. He saw large amounts of illusory souls appear around him. These souls were extremely large, they were ancient demons and ancient devils. There was a large amount of them, and their mournful cries stabbed at Master Simo's mind, causing his pupils to shrink. These illusory souls surrounded Master Simo, and their mournful cries became even more intense. These souls were all lives that had been refined to death inside this furnace. The ancient devil soul that was battling the woman that came out of the red mist moved and merged with the surrounding souls. It was impossible to tell it apart from the others. The red mist shrank and the woman with the white veil silently stood next to Master Simo. It was impossible to see her appearance, but that touch of tenderness she revealed was very obvious. Master Simo withdrew his gaze and coldly looked up. He coldly said, "This little bastard has a lot of treasures, but if he thinks he can trap me, he is too arrogant." Master Simo let out a cold snort and waved his right hand. He roared, "Seven-colored god void nails." The moment he spoke, 29 rays of seven-colored light appeared before Master Simo. The seven-colored light filled the furnace. The surrounding souls retreated as if they were extremely afraid of the 29 nails. "Seven-colored nails, break this furnace for me." Master Simo waved his sleeves. The 29 seven-colored nails roared as they charged into the surroundings. Bang, 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 bang. A series of loud bangs echoed and the 29 seven-colored nail embedded themselves into the wall of the Emperor Furnace and mercilessly penetrated through. Outside, Wang Lin suddenly opened his eyes. The Emperor Furnace below him rumbled and thorns bulged out from its sides. A total of 29 thorns releasing seven-colored light were attempting to break the Emperor Furnace. There was a flash of coldness in Wang Lin's eyes and he waved his right hand. A jade bottle appeared in his hand. Devil Soul Bottle. Holding this bottle, Wang Lin bit the tip of his tongue and spat out ancient god blood onto the bottle. He roared, "As a royal ancient god, I summon 30,000 ancient devils to help me refine." Devilish energy rushed out from the bottle. Ancient devil shadows rushed out from the bottle, and after absorbing Wang Lin's blood, they rushed into the Emperor Furnace. Inside the Emperor Furnace, Master Simo's eyes were filled with madness. His right hand reached at the void and an object appeared in his grasp. This object was a beast bone. This bone wasn't big, only about 3 feet wide, and there was a clear palm print on it. This palm print was deeply imprinted into the beast bone, and even the print of the palm could be clearly seen. Let me show you how this old man will break this mere furnace. This beast bone was given to him by the sovereign, and the palm print was left by the sovereign. It contained the power of 1 palm from the sovereign. Looking at the beast bone in his hand, a complicated gaze arose in his eyes. His right hand rose into the air and he was about to press down on the beast bone. However, at this moment, a faint sigh came from behind him. "Sima, accompany me home." "All right." Master Simo's right hand trembled and struggle appeared in his eyes. The small fire between his eyebrows shook violently. "We can give our cultivation back to him. Let's go home." "Okay." At this moment, outside the Emperor furnace, Wang Lin's eyes revealed a strange light. His hand formed seals and he deeply exhaled. This invisible breath fell on the Emperor furnace and flew away. Dao spell. Dream Dao. Wang Lin had created 3 spells in his life. Sundered Night, Flowing Time. Finally, the Dao spell he had comprehended in the Dao realm inside the heaven-defying bed. Dream Dao. This video will end here.